Hello everybody, thanks for popping back again. My name is Duncan Taborda from Class 1 School of English, and this is going to be a short session on pronunciation and conversation, but specifically the letter R. Now this is a very strange letter and I'll explain why in a minute. I'm also going to incorporate within this lesson the article an, because there are some aspects of it that are sort of are linked. Okay, you'll understand why when we've done it. So you all know what the letter R is in the alphabet. The article an. So in English, an article can be used in front of a noun, and it replaces, it can replace a number. So instead of saying one chair, you can say a chair. Okay. But for the article a, we often use, we can also use an. In fact, we have to use an in certain aspects, in certain contexts. And that is when your noun begins with a vowel sound. And this is really important to understand. It's a vowel sound, not a vowel. So for example, I mentioned a chair. Okay, that's fine. A chair. The noun begins with the letter C, or specifically with the sound ch. Okay, that is not a vowel sound, so we just use a. When we sit on a chair, we're sometimes sitting at a table. Okay, table begins with a T, or for the sound a T. Not a vowel sound. So we put a. While I'm sitting on a chair at a table, I decide to eat some fruit. And guess what I'm going to eat? I'm going to eat apple. Is it a apple or is it an apple? Okay. Apple does start with the letter A, which is a vowel. But it's also a vowel sound. Apple. So now I've got to use an. Okay? And you might say, well, that's going to be the case with every vowel. Anytime you have a noun that begins with a vowel, you're going to put an in front. But this isn't true. Let me give you an example. University. It starts with the letter U, which is a vowel. However, if you listen to the sound, it is not a vowel sound. University. It's actually starting off with a U sound, a Y. It's got a Y sound. That is not a vowel sound. So even though this word begins with a vowel, I'm going to put a in front of it. Okay? Another word we can mention is hour. Okay. Now hour actually starts with the letter H, which is a consonant. So really, I should be putting an A there. But if you listen to how I'm saying it, I'm saying hour. I'm not pronouncing that H, hour. So that hour, that begins with a vowel sound. So I'm going to say an. Okay. So this is really important to remember. When you're talking about a noun and the noun begins with a vowel sound, make sure you put an in front of it and not a. Now this is very, very closely linked to what I was saying about the letter R. When it comes to pronunciation in English, or specifically in British English, we don't actually pronounce that letter R. We only pronounce it when it's followed by a vowel sound again. Now, let's make one point very clear. In American pronunciation, they always pronounce the R, okay? And in even here, in the UK, in Scotland, they always pronounce the R. But if you're trying to improve your pronunciation here in the UK, you're going to be, you're not going to be doing it, more than likely not going to be doing it with a Scottish accent. You're going to be doing it with what we call a neutral accent. So that means we're going to go on the basis that we do not pronounce the R unless it's followed by a vowel sound. So let me give you some examples. Okay. Nice simple word. Were. As in, we were doing this. You were with me last night. Were. As you can see, were finishes with a vowel, but it doesn't finish with a vowel sound. Okay, so I'm not going to pronounce the R. Okay, the actual pronunciation ends here at the it's not were, worry, or were. It just ends as were. Okay, now that's an example for you. Anytime you see R and it's not followed by a vowel sound, don't pronounce it. It's a very, very difficult pronunciation to get right when you're a second language speaker, because the temptation is always there to pronounce it, particularly with some languages. Spanish, Portuguese, possibly even Italians. There's a temptation to pronounce it, but don't unless it's followed by a vowel sound. I'll give you another example. So I've got this. Mother. Now again, there's nothing after that R. There's no letters, never mind any sounds. So I'm not going to pronounce it. I'm just going to say mother. However, if I now put this into a sentence, okay, listen to this sentence. Listen to this now. So mother and father. Mother and father. Because that R is now followed by that A, the and sound, I'm now going to pronounce the R. But listen to father. Okay? So mother and father. No pronunciation of R on father. There's no vowel sound after it. Okay? How about this? What do you think I'm going to do now? Okay, let's listen. Mother and father are happy. If you listen, I'm now pronouncing that R and I'm pronouncing that R. Okay? Mother and father are happy. But I'm not pronouncing that one. Look, it's got a vowel after it. Okay? But it hasn't got a vowel sound because the next sound is the H. The H, the vowel, the consonant sound. So I'm not going to pronounce it. Okay? And that's all you need to remember is unless a vowel sound follows the R, don't pronounce it in British English. If you're learning, if you want to improve your American English pronunciation, now that's a different story. This rule doesn't apply because they will always pronounce the R. What I'm teaching you here is for the British pronunciation of R. Try this. If you're living here in the UK, there's usually you can pick up a free paper on the way home from work, on the way to work. Pick up a paper or pick up anything that's got a bit of English writing on it. Read it to yourself and just try and remember that rule, okay? If there's no vowel sound after the R, don't pronounce it. If there is a vowel sound after it, pronounce it, okay? Seems very simple in theory. In practice, like I said, it's a very, very difficult skill to master. But hey, you know what they say, practice makes perfect. Thanks for listening. So that was the pronunciation of R and the use of the article an. I hope you enjoyed it. See you back here again soon. Bye.